So if you guys are available Friday morning at 6:30 a.m., I will be teaching you jam fitness. So come have some fun with me. I am totally also teaching a workshop, so I'm trying to give you guys a little bit different information than I'll be sharing tomorrow in case you're in the class. So I'm just kind of doing like a top 10 ideas in no particular order. Sound good? Sound good? Yes, yes? All right, perfect. I'm a walker. Is that all good? Is that all good? Walker? Okay. So, all right. So I'm sure like you all know lots of these things already, but we just ingrain them in our brains. The more we do that, the more we remember it. And then the best part is when we actually do it, right? So number one thing I'll say is ask, right? I think Sharon Dillon says you have to have a big ask. Right? So make sure we're asking every single person, and this is the thing about it, I think sometimes we ask and we're kind of like, okay, check, we asked them, right? So don't just ask with the intention to check it off your list, but really, I think really sharing from your heart, digging in within yourself just a little bit, being open to being vulnerable a little bit, I think that's important. So not just saying the words and asking, but really sharing about maybe why you started, why, your story, right? Why you continue, but really finding out about them and why it might be great for them. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So the other thing is always have a business opportunity time, whether it be virtual parties or cooking parties. No matter what, never leave that out. Any way you want to do it, ticket game, why bag, questions in the bowl thing, whatever you want to do it. But never leave it out. And really, I know for virtual, we're talking about it multiple times, and I'll get into that in just a second. All right? Number 3, maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to say the numbers anymore, okay? Just someone throw it out. Building relationships, we all know that's super important. One way I do that in virtual specifically is I make a super big deal about them friending me. So I actually put that in the description of the party and don't put any post-it on purpose for about a half a day so that they actually read it, because there's always an overachiever there that's going to read it and friend request you. So once they do that, I put a post up and say, thanks for friending me, we're BFFs now, you can stalk me, that kind of stuff. And really and truly, because Facebook lets you know when you're connected to them, I immediately message them, thanks for friending me, you scored. And that's a great way to start building relationships. And Facebook likes it when people friend you, you not friend them. So if you can get them to friend you, then that's super. Yes?
Yes.
All right, be genuine, right? So you have to be you. Like so many times, especially at conference, we want to know, what do you say? What do you give them? All this kind of stuff, right? Tell me exactly what you say. I want to say that. But that might not work for you. Like, you might not say girlfriend or yes, that. So if you say that, you're going to sound like a cuckoo pants, right? So make sure that you're using your own words and be you. Be you. Because guess what? Y'all can be super successful by being yourself, no one else, all right? So just remember that. I know for me, I would come to conference for so many years, and I was like, how the heck do they do this, And we want to try to emulate them, but really, like I said, I think the most important thing is to be yourself. Be excited! Are you guys excited? So I think when you're excited, others get excited. So being duplicatable, having systems in play is super and important. But I think the best thing is be excited, but keep it simple. All right? Keep it simple, sister, or keep it simple, sir. So even though you're super excited and you want to tell them everything, stick to one thing at a time that you're excited about, because they can't even retain everything if we tell them every single reason, yeah? We all know that. How many times did you ask your host? Okay, like 6 of you knew that, right? Yes, 5 times we asked our host. I think Miss Claudia is the first one that talked about that. So asking our host is great. I think that you should do it directly and indirectly and in different ways. So some quick ideas. Right when I booked the party, I asked them if they want to make it their kickoff party. And unbelievably, some people actually say yes. They've already been thinking about the business. I specifically try to say, have you ever thought about doing something for extra income or for some extra fun? Thank you, Kathy Cocazella. So I usually don't ask them if they've ever thought about doing Pampered Chef because I don't want their answer to be no right off the bat. So I make it sort of more general. Have you ever thought about doing something for extra income? Because maybe they have thought about getting a part-time job or a side gig or something like that. And if it's not about the money, then it might just be they want to have fun or they want our products, right? Okay? All right, so next thing is, and I know you guys are going to hate me when I say this one, go live! Right? Go live. And whether that be in virtual parties or just on your personal page, I go live almost about every Thursday from my business page into all my parties. I also go live from my personal page, like usually on Sunday afternoons, and I call that friends and family. So it's really not even talking up the products so much, it's just sharing recipes, using the products. Obviously my family is in there, or someone's recording me, or something like that. But the other thing to do is, and I think Stacia Smiley shared this with us at a training once, that if you advertise that you're going live at least 5 hours before, and what I like to do is say, what recipe do you think I'm going to make? And then I give them 2 options. And, or sometimes I say, cast your vote, and then they want to see, and I get a ton of comments. So people start looking forward to coming in live, they can watch it in recording, or they can come back another Sunday. They know I usually do that then, okay? So I think that's a great thing to do, because then that really just goes into the whole know, like, trust thing. So you're know, like, trust, yeah, 3 things, okay? Know, like, trust you. So that's just another way to start building the relationships. And that's really, I think, the focus and the foundation of recruiting in general, is building that relationship with them. All right? Virtual business opportunity events. So I don't know if y'all are doing those or not. I know that's, gosh, I think it's been over a year now, is when Pampered Chef started doing the live webinars. So what I did was, I listened to the webinar and wrote every single thing down, and I literally do it exactly like home office does it. So I'm Jean Jonas, it's really exciting. Or I'm stationing someone, right? And then what I do is I have a new consultant come in live with me. So we do it just for 30 minutes, and the new consultant comes in live, and she's sharing, and really and truly I felt the Google form, and I really try not to be offended by this, but I always say, what's your favorite part? And they're like, oh, the new consultant. I'm like, so, no, but really, it's a great thing for them to hear from new consultants, or even if you're having new consultants do a consultant spotlight, you know, feature these new consultants who are, you know, jamming it out and doing well, because potential consultants can really, really relate to, I think, newer consultants. They're like, oh yeah, Yvonne, you did this, but like, you know, they can better relate to someone who is just experienced being nervous about even joining or going live or anything like that. Make sense? Make sense?
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm not sure what number I'm on. Is anyone actually numbering what I'm saying?
Yes.
9? Oh, one more, okay? One more, there we go. So I would say to always have your focus not be on your goals, but on helping other people. Over the years, I have experienced so many blessings in this business, like way more than I ever thought. I never thought I would even be here after 20 years, let alone earn all these great, amazing things. But I think the focus really is not on like recruiting. I even hate that word, like, you know, recruiting. It's not really about that for me at all. It's just about sharing what I've experienced and what so many others have experienced in this business and what it can do for other people. So I think ultimately, if that's where your heart is and you share that with people, that that's what you want for them, you see their lives change, it really, really is the best part of the business, is sharing it. That's all.
Woo!
That's so quick, right?
I don't know. You did quick. You did good.
Let's give Yvonne